Ah, sushi! The delicacy of the Japanese cuisine, such art, such spectacular taste in such a small object. Sugoi! Hi! What is a work of art? Sushi is enjoyed by a lot of people. You can find a sushi spot in just about every major city, and most people who are even slightly interested in Asian culture are familiar with it. And who can blame them? Sushi is literally a work of art. It's full of interesting shapes and colors arranged in different ways using a vast variety of ingredients to enhance the visual appeal and, more importantly, the flavor. And sushi excels in that department with its endless tastes and textures that hit your taste buds on all fronts. Like, this is your tongue, this is sushi, and it's just like pow, pow, wa-pow, ping ping pa, boop, boop, bop, boop, a boopity boop, bop. I'm the best ever. Hi. What did not start in Japan? Sushi started in Southeast Asia. On its claim to fame, it received the name sushi because of rice, specifically the fermented kind, which is what it was made with. Sushi literally translates to sour, and that's because a long time ago, and I do mean long, talking 5th century BC here, which is 500 BC or just about 2,500 years ago, raw fish or sashimi was stored in rice that had been fermented in salt and vinegar. This was known as lactofermentation, or simply pickling the fish. Doing this helped to keep the fish fresh and stop it from spoiling, but it took a long time, about 6 months, and the rice would get more and more sour as time went on, eventually more and more icky. So they say yeet and toss it out, leaving behind a fermented fish known as narazushi, which is an OG of the sushi family, and it started in places like Thailand, Cambodia, and Laos, taking a ride up the Mekong River to China and eventually making its way downtown to Japan. Hi. What does not grow in nature? Sushi does not grow on trees. It was created by a chef named Hanaya Yohei, who was raised in a place called Tokyo, which at the time was not a place called Tokyo. It was actually a place called Edo, and at the time probably looked something like this. He was born in 1799 and lived to the year 1858, and in that time he did a lot of things, like walk and eat and talk to people, and created what we know as sushi today. Do you remember the rice that was tossed out earlier? Yeah, that. Ew. Anyways, instead of letting it go to waste, he took it, well, not literally, that's some very old, nasty rice, and pressed it against sashimi, creating something similar to this delectable work of art, called Nigiri sushi, or just Nigiri. Hi! What is easy to make? Sushi is simple. If you close your eyes, put some nori down, that's seaweed by the way, layer that thing with rice, seasoned and fermented, salmon, raw, avocado, minus the toast, roll it up, cut it up, and then open your eyes, you would see a huge mess, and you may have lost some fingers. I'm sorry, that's just how it is. Life's rough, kid. Or a tasty roll of sushi. Wow, I didn't know you were a sushi chef. Great job. Well done, yeah. Hard, but so good.
For sure. Yeah.
Hi. What do people get licensed for? Sushi.
Ain't no joke.
That's right, Kanye, because it contains raw fish, and not all raw fish are safe to eat. Out there, swimming through the deep dark blue, is a fishy boy. He's bloated and puffy and tastes really good in sushi and sashimi. If you're thinking of the pufferfish, then you'd be right. If you weren't, well, let me just slide you this L, but don't worry, I'll take that L from you and spell out this word. And if you're speaking this language, old puffy boy would be called fugu. And it's quite delectable, and also quite deadly. The toxins that fugu contain are more deadly than cyanide, and it takes a man or woman certified in fugu deglanding to degland the glands and remove the deadly neurotoxin known as tetrodotoxin, which is stored in their glands. These dedicated individuals must undergo 3+ years of training to become certified and pass a rigorous exam to even be able to serve it to people. At the end of the training, they actually have to eat what they prepare, which is crazy, but it makes sense because it... Tell him, Kanye.
It ain't no joke.
Hi. What takes skill to create? Sushi is better when made by a master chief, I mean chef. This master chef is someone that knows how to be precise with a knife, cut where they need to slice, and who doesn't salt once when they should have salted twice. A chef of such prowess is not cheap, however. Oh no. Rolls crafted by these experts, these senpais, can make the price skyrocket to $50, $100, sometimes $1,978, which in the case of the most expensive Guinness World Record-breaking sushi roll, Angelito Araneta Jr.'s 5-piece special nigiri roll in the capital city of the Philippines, Manila, that's exactly what it cost. costs, unless some random dude makes it. Then it's just a couple of bucks at the local gas station. But hey, everyone deserves some kind of sushi in their life, and their mouth. Hey! What comes in many forms. Sushi is not just this. It's also this, and 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 this. There's a lot of sushi out there. And this one you might remember from earlier. Narazushi. It's that stanky, fermented fish that started it all. You might also remember this classic simple sushi, Nigiri sushi, created by the man, the myth, the legend, Hanaya Yohei. But wait! There's more. Chirashi sushi, or chirashi, which translates to scattered sushi, is basically a bowl of rice with sashimi and other goodies sprinkled on top, like sashimi, vegetables, and a smorgasbord of saucy delights. You might be thinking it's similar to poke, the fishy dish from Hawaii, and that's because, well, it is. Inara sushi, or inari. You might have seen this one before at your local Japanese buffet or somewhere else. It's pretty unique because, as you can see, there's no fish. Not under it, over it, around it, and that's because during the famine of 1889, fish was scarce. Fortunately, there was an abundance of soy, rice, and seasonings, and they were like, hey, let's put them together. And they said, hey, and that's how inari meant your mouth. I'm kidding, that's not true, but what is true is that it was named after the Shinto god Inari, who was believed to have a fascination towards tofu, and so the pocket holding all the rice was constructed with tofu. Deep fried, marinated in mirin, dashi, soy sauce, and sugar. Tofu. It's sweet, it's salty, it's refreshing, and it's full of rice. Maki sushi, or maki. It's the version of sushi that is most well known to American peoples. It consists of fish, rice, and seaweed, all rolled together. It's the iconic way to prepare sushi, but there's also yuramaki, or the inside-out version of maki sushi. It's an inside-out version of maki sushi. Oshi sushi, or oshi. It's what happens when you take maki seed and grow it in a box. And boy oh boy, it'd be looking absolutely scrumptious. Hey! What has many ingredients? Sushi can be made of a lot of things. Salmon, tuna, trout, mackerel, marlin, swordfish, yellowtail, yellowfin, bluefin, one fish, two fish, redfish, bluefish, crab, squid, starfish, sea sponge, squirrel. Scratch those last three. Hey! What ain't always cheap? Sushi can put a hole in your wallet, but it can also keep holes away from your wallet. If you have this, you'll probably be eating like this. But if you're rolling like this, you'll probably be eating like this. At a place called this, served by people like this, who hand off sushi like this, making you go like this. But after you might end up with this. In conclusion, you can get with this, or you can get with that. The choice is yours. Hey! What is good for you? Sushi is full of nutrients. Japan has the highest population of centenarians, or people who have lived over the age of 100, and they've been breaking their record every year since 1971, starting with only 331 centenarians to approximately 70,000 centenarians in 2018. While this may not be a good thing for their economy, it's cool to know that sushi probably had a part in this, because sushi is low in fat, high in protein, enhances the immune system, raises production of red blood cells, is an awesome source of omega-3 fatty acids, which is fat that's actually good for your heart. And seaweed provides iodine, which is good for your thyroid, and is also a good source of vitamin A, which is a vitamin vital for a healthy immune system and healthy, luscious, radiant skin. And that is how the answer is sushi. Sugoi.